10 seconds.
Welcome to Clever Title Pending, a proud member of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We talk to creatives about creativity and the business behind them. So type in your questions and become part of the conversation. And now, here's your host, Brian K. Morris.
I muted myself. I caught it this time. Yay! It's like I'm a professional. Anyway, welcome to the return of Clever Title Pending. This is going to be a one-off special here because we've got somebody really special on tonight, and we wanted to talk to her before we launch into a big event this weekend called Imagine Other Worlds with Authors. And I will be a part of it, and it's going to be a really fine, super fine affair. But we'll be talking to the lady behind it, Erin Casey, who's been on this show before. But we hope you've got some great questions, some great comments, because, Erin is ready for them, even if I'm not. But anyway, we want to get our attitude of gratitude in, and that begins with our sponsor for this episode, Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. When you become a part of something like Imagine Other Worlds with Authors, it's because you want to show off your books. And the best way to really bring attention to them is having a super fine cover. That's what Jeffrey Hayes does. He creates covers, wraparound covers for your books, as well as graphics for social media and book trailers. He has done a lot of work for me, and I can't recommend him enough. He's great to work with, and his rates are tray affordable. Anyway, please check him out. Check out his Facebook page. He's got some great samples there. Then go to plasmafiregraphics.com, and where you can contact Jeffrey directly. He is amazing. He's wonderful. So check it out. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it sure as heck matters to your readers. And we also want to thank the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, who we are a bunch of creatives who are broadcasting, and we're trying to help each other do this thing better. To rise together. And later on tonight, after this show, we've got Drinking with the Davies with Christine and Ted Davies doing a martini. It ought to be a lot of fun. Then after that is the Historical Fencing Guild with Nicholas Anthony Tockert, who's going to teach you how to murder each other safely in the comfort of your home. It's a glorious thing. You've not heard that before, Erin?
No.
Well, this is something we should get him involved in. Iowa too. But anyway, please check it out. And then tomorrow we've got from this with Small Press Publisher at 10 p.m. Eastern, a great conversation about comic books, followed by Stupid O'Clock, the most fun, most intelligent geek conversation on the air file. And I don't know that we're having Last Man Standing. Dan Hollifield might have to do real life stuff. But then on Sunday night, we've got Heather Ellen, who will be bringing you comics, chaos, and sass, and plenty of it. So please check it out. Check out our Facebook page and give it a like if you would. Also, Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly with a small monthly stipend. And even $1 will get your name on this card. Holy cats, you'll be famous. And so please check out what we have to offer in exchange for your support at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And don't forget our Thursday night show, Comic Book Spectrum, 7 p.m., where we talk about comics and the industry itself. It's a lot of fun. And speaking of a lot of fun, I'm about to bring an old friend of mine out here. I'm not saying old, but she's old. She is vibrant and young. It's I that is elderly and decrepit. No, she is a wonderful lady. We met a few years ago at Imagine Other Worlds with Authors, and we're going to bring her on the screen right now. I'd like to present to you the one, the only Erin Casey. Hi, Erin. How you doing tonight?
Hi, Brian. I'm doing well. How are you?
So far, so good, but the evening is young. Anyway.
And to be fair, I am a year older as of 2 weeks ago, so I
Oh,
am an
that's right.
old friend.
Yeah, that's it. Oh no, no, darling, I will never. I will yell at you constantly to get the hell off my lawn. But no, no, we met. What was it? About four or
Oh,
5 years ago,
yeah, I think it was. So we met right before the writers' rooms took on Iowa.
right?
So it has to have been about 4 years ago that we
That
met
sounds
each
right.
other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds right. And she has she hasn't been able to get rid of me yet. So
Nope.
anyway, please
Oh
try as
no.
try as she might. But anyway, but no, we are part of the Imagine Other Worlds with Authors that we'll be talking about during the course of this show. And your questions and comments are welcome. But first of all, let's give Erin the spotlight here, and she can tell you who she is and why she is so amazing. Erin, if you would please.
So my name is Erin Casey. I'm an urban fantasy author and writer of I'm going backwards here. The Purple Door District series, which is an urban fantasy series. I have two books out, with the third one slated for March 2022. And I will say I'm planning to run a Kickstarter on that soon, so keep an eye out for that. It's the last of the trilogy, and I'm super excited for it, especially since it includes Faye. I am also the director of the Writers' Rooms, which is a nonprofit corporation that focuses on providing a free, safe environment to all writers. No matter your skill set, your income, gender, race, we invite everyone to join us. Our rooms are sectioned, or our organization is sectioned up into different writing rooms. So you'll spend 2 hours either working on a writing lesson and then writing together, or just writing and getting to meet other writers in the community. Because of COVID, most of our rooms are being held online. So, for those of you who haven't been able to join us in Iowa City or in Iowa to participate in these writing rooms, you can actually find us online. We're on Facebook and we're doing Zoom meetings as well. I lead the Violet Realm, which sometimes mistaken for the Violet Realm because of all of the sci-fi fantasy stuff we discuss. And I usually will teach some kind of lesson about writing or publishing, typically geared toward fantasy sci-fi. We meet the second and fourth Tuesdays of the month. And you can find more information at thewritersrooms.org, or find us on Facebook at IA Writers Rooms. Now, what I am coming on here to discuss is Imagine Other Worlds with Authors. This started out as a big author signing event under Dana Beatty and uh, Terry. Wow, I am brain farting hard tonight. And Terry, and the writers' rooms actually adopted it back in 2019. We held our first session in person, and then COVID. So our last two sessions have been virtual. We did it last year in 2020 November, and we are doing it again this upcoming weekend, November 6th and 7th, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at on Facebook /IA Other Worlds. This is a writing convention, or author and writing convention, where we invite 15 authors to come and showcase their work. We have author spotlight sections where they will talk about their work. They'll do some giveaways. They'll do some readings as well. And then we also have some panels and workshops to help you learn more about what it takes to write a book, publish a book, market a book. And we're also going to have sessions on LGBTQIA literature, writing strong women, and also working a 9 to 5 while also doing your dream job. So we have a lot of interesting stuff this weekend. And the best part is it's all free to the community. So you should come join us on Facebook.
Most excellent, Aaron. And I have put up the address for the event page
Thank
for
you.
you're welcome for the Imagine Other Worlds with Authors. Now, pardon me. Let's get into the origins first of all. The
Yeah.
writers' room. What made you start the fortunate? What compelled you? I shouldn't say made or forced. It's not like anyone held a gun to your head. But what compelled you to create this kind of environment for writers, which I think is amazing.
So it's a couple of things. So we originally started under the Iowa Writers House, led by Andrea Wilson. The Iowa Writers House focused on providing a writing space with workshops and visiting authors. And we realized we wanted to have a free writing component as well. A lot of people in the Iowa City area, you're either part of the university or you're part of you're trying to find your literary niche, basically. I mean, we are the UNESCO City of Literature, and the city provides so many amazing writing opportunities. But what we found was that we couldn't find a solid writing space that was open to everybody. Whether you're a first time writer or you're an experienced author. And the part of it that we found very important too was that we feel everybody has a short story to share. Everybody has experiences they can share. So older authors can learn from younger authors about the new things in marketing. And then younger authors can learn from older authors just how to get your book out there, how to submit it traditionally, or do indie publishing, which if you join us tomorrow, you'll get to hear Brian and I talk about indie and traditional publishing, the differences and the pros and cons of both.
Yes,
Yes, shameless plug. So in
hashtag always
2008,
promote.
right?
Yeah.
So we wanted to support our local writers. We wanted to provide ways for them to share their work and also find a community. That was the big thing, was finding a community they could call their own. So Alex Penland and I founded the Writers' Rooms in 2018 after we had already tested out a couple rooms. We split from the Writers' Rooms, the Iowa Writers' House, and had a very good relationship with the Iowa Writers' House up until they closed again due to COVID. And we've been leading the writers' rooms ever since. We host 7 different rooms, some that are genre based, so sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and mystery. We have poetry, and we have a room dedicated to the LGBTQIA community. We also have romance 18 plus for all you romance and erotica writers out there. Oh la la.
Ooh, did it just get warm in here, or is it just me?
So we started out with that in 2018, and then we wanted to showcase our writers' work. So we started publishing anthologies, which we actually just got featured in Little Village magazine today. So that was really cool. Yeah.
Nice. Well, congratulations. That's
Thank
amazing.
you.
Cool.
Thank you. So we've published 3 anthologies now. One that's called A New Beginning, which is work by our concierges, who are the people who lead the rooms. We also have Writers of the Depths, which is water themed anthology, Writers of the Aether, which is air themed, and we are currently working on Writers of the Flame, which is set to come out in March 2022. Nice. So yes, I am publishing the anthology and my own book in March 2022. What is wrong with me?
You're asking the wrong fella. That's all I gotta say.
I think weren't you the one who put the status up about what's sleep? I don't need to not be busy.
Yeah. Well, it's like I tell people, I'm the guy who released a holiday book, Santastein, in March. So
that's right.
I'm the wrong person to ask about timing your releases. So.
What is it about March?
Yeah. Well, it's a very special month because that's the year or the month that Dr. Seuss was born.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that would make sense why so many came out. March holds a slightly, I guess, a sadder meaning for me.
Yeah.
Because March last year was when I lost my mother.
Right.
So I want to publish my 3rd book in honor of her. So that's why I'm aiming for a March publication date.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so the writers' rooms we do anthologies yearly, and we also put on Imagine Other Worlds with Authors. And Imagine Other Worlds with Authors, like I said, started out as a big author signing event, and what we decided to do was include panels and workshops and other ways to get people involved. So kind of like a mini convention over 2 days. Yeah. And on top of it, we wanted to support our local indie bookstores as well as our libraries who, support us as the writers' rooms and many other writers and readers. So the week prior, so this current week, we've been publishing videos from like Swamp Fox Bookstore, Haunted Bookstore, Legacy Press, Hiawatha Library, and the Cedar Rapids Public Library. So each of them have gotten a feature because it's just they're so important. People seem to forget how important libraries are and indie bookstores.
Yeah, and considering how much pressure they all have to survive these days,
Oh yeah.
it just it just delights me to watch what you go through to get this almost like symbiotic relationship
Mhm.
between the libraries and the bookstores and the writers room.
Mhm.
I think that's amazing. And I can vouch for this lady's put in a hell of a lot of work on this event, just as she did last year. And please check it out. It is going to be fantastic. We have put the address for the event on Facebook right here, and it will give you all the information you need to become involved with it. And plus, a lot of the panels will allow questions from the audience. Correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We'll be sharing it live on Facebook. So people who can comment on Facebook, ask questions, and we'll bring it up in Zoom as we're discussing things back and forth. We're really excited about it, and we felt Iowa last year we felt was really important to still hold because even though because of COVID, we went virtual, of
Mhm.
course.
Mhm.
But we know a lot of authors, as you well know, lost the chance to do conventions and do
Yeah.
signings. So a lot of authors have been hurting pretty badly because of the pandemic, as many people are dealing with.
Mhm.
So we wanted to give them a chance to showcase themselves in their books in hope of getting sales and supporting one another.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I found when I attended the last Iowa under the previous management where you and I
Mhm.
met 4 years ago. It was very inclusive, and it
Yes.
was very here I am from 2 states away. Um, I somehow horned my way in, and but everybody was just so sweet to me, and everybody's just absolutely wonderful, and it made me so happy um, to see that you picked up the ball and was continuing that. Now, what can you tell us about the history of the event itself? Do you know a whole lot of like before we're like how many years were did you attend Imagine Other Worlds with Authors before you took it over?
Honestly, I attended once.
Oh, the
I
same
did
one
it.
I was at.
That was my first one. I knew
Wow.
about it beforehand.
Yeah.
My fellow Alex had been to a couple, I think, and I joined Alex for the one where I met you
Right.
because I was like, I'm working on writing my own book and I want to meet other authors. And at that point, I started interviewing authors on my website, doing,
Mhm.
the whole rising tide theory of, you help one another, you rise together.
Exactly.
I'm gonna just keep spitballing that one.
Do that one. Do that.
So I found it very interesting. I really enjoyed it. And then I had planned because I was going to have a book out. I had planned, okay, next year I'll be part of Iowa. And then I found out they weren't doing it. And
Yeah.
then Terry and Dana came to us and they're like, do you want to take it over? We were like, well, we were planning on doing something like this anyway. So why
Yeah.
not start it
Hmm.
or take it on? So I think it ran for 3 years before us. And then this is the 6th year. So we've had it for half of its lifetime now,
That's
which
great.
is crazy.
Yeah, yeah, seriously. Now, a lot of people probably don't realize how much work goes into a show. I mean, I've promoted a couple,
Yes.
and you've put, honestly, and I'm not saying this just because you're here, but you put on a really quality presentation over
Thank you.
the course of 2 days with Iowa. It's very well run, and you get some really good people that help to help you with it.
Mhm.
It's not just you doing everything, but
Mm-mm.
a number of people rowing in the same direction, which is how shows like this succeed.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
really important to have a community with one of these and have a team. So I've had Meredith Crawford, who works at the Cedar Rapids Public Library. We're doing this in conjunction with the Cedar Rapids Public Library. ML Williams, who writes amazing science fiction books, as well as his Chronicles books, which is amazing.
Yeah.
You help, of course.
Cool.
And then, you helped.
When I
And then
show up for the meetings, yeah.
Eliza David, who is a romance author, amazing romance author, has been helping us as well. And it's meant the world that I've had this support with putting on Iowa, because I'm one person. I wouldn't be able to do it all by myself.
Right. Oh no, a lot gets done, seriously,
Yes.
and you've got a good list. If people go to the event page, they're going to see the schedule for this weekend, and there's a number of really really good people in there. And there's not only going to be panels, but there's also going to be readings as well.
Hmm.
So, and I'm excited for that because I don't do many readings, and
Hmm.
so in fact, I think the few readings I've done, most of them have been in Iowa. Now that I think about it, because I did some at the Indie Author Book Expo
Oh, that's
a couple
right.
years
You
ago.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, so if you want to hear some different authors, people you haven't been exposed to before, this is going to be a good event for you guys. And plus, we are going to be talking about things that I think will benefit a lot of authors. And
Hmm.
it's like I think the first panel is on inclusivity.
Yeah. That's the one on Sunday. Yes.
Okay, I'm mixing
Yeah.
my days.
Oh no,
Time
it's
means
fine.
yeah, time means nothing to me anymore. So yeah. Please check that out. Check out the discussion link on there. And it'll lead you to where you need to go this weekend. Now is this going to be held on the event page or is it going to be on the writers room
Oh,
page?
it'll be on facebook.com/IA Other Worlds. That's where you're going to find all the information. That's where you're going to see where everything is held.
Excellent. I'm writing that down. Make sure
Yeah.
I can promote it tomorrow.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I've got an interest in this. So
We're really excited about the type of authors we brought in, because we have quite a range of writers in there. Like, we have a mix of, yeah, we do have fantasy, we have sci-fi, we have romance, we have memoir, we have fiction, nonfiction, poetry. I mean, everybody can find a little something there. And we also have 6 brand new authors who are coming to join us who've never done Iowa before. And one of them is literally a brand new author who just published his first children's book a couple months ago. He published it, or he wrote it, and he illustrated it.
wow.
So, and just a little background, he is also my cousin. So I have to
Oh,
show extra
nepotism
support to
rears its
him.
ugly head here. Cool.
I'm gonna have to show. This is his first event, so I'm really excited for him to be there. And he's currently struggling with the flu, so I'm hoping he'll feel comfortable enough to do all the reading and everything tomorrow. But
Yeah.
no, his book is awesome and features his dog, Bunker, or his dad's dog, Bunker, and it's pretty precious. So, but yeah, we have a lot of different authors who are joining us. Some of the other brand new ones that we have on here. I gotta grab my list real quick. I swear I have it.
Yeah. While you're doing that, I want to say hello to Brian Wensloff, Reels and Heels on Saturday. Good to see you, my friend. So yeah, you found your list. I solved.
It's really close. It's really
Okay,
close. My
any minute.
internet is slow. It's slow.
I know. I can verify that during the meetings, her computer was sorely put to the test. So.
It has issues. It is several years old, and it's holding a lot of different videos from from Iowa, as well as many different books that I have written.
Understood.
So
Totally understood.
that's gonna slow it down just a tiny bit. And there we go, found it.
Yay!
So we have the new authors of Iowa who are joining us are Austin Allen, Heather Bird Roberts, Elaine Olson, Charles K. Carter, Gail Kittleson, and Amy Lee Lillard. All 6 of them have never been part of Iowa before, and they are super excited to be joining us. We have a range. We have Austin Allen, who does children's writing and illustrations. Charles K. Carter, who writes poetry. Heather Bird Roberts, she does poetry as well. Elaine has written about grief writing, and Gail has written I believe nonfiction, and I want to say World War II writing. And Amy has some mystery and horror involved in her stuff. So it, like I said, it is quite the mix here.
Mhm.
And we're really excited. The returning authors who are coming back are Haley Rhodes, Brian K. Morris,
Try and
my
keep me away.
yes, myself, ML Williams, Parker or O'Dower, as well as Alicia Dill, Beth Hudson, Patricia Tiffany Miss, and Kate Bateman. So
Mhm.
we have quite the mix.
Yes, yes. Now, or except for me, of course, but
I
no,
mean,
seriously, you haven't heard the rest of the question. Is everybody an Iowa-based author, or were born in Iowa? Or am I the only intruder?
no, actually, we have
Okay.
a mix. We have a lot of who are central in Iowa, and but everybody is within the Midwest.
Mhm, mhm.
So we basically have turned it into kind of a Midwest convention now, because authors have been here and moved away, or they, moved away or lived somewhere else, came here, has been all over the place. So,
Right.
Heather Roberts went to Cornell with me, so she's one of those, and she's originally from the Chicagoland area.
Mhm, mhm.
So she and I knew each other in college, but we didn't know each other when we were both living in Illinois. So but she comes back for a lot of different events. She does
Mhm.
slam poetry, and teaches like the inner city youth slam
Nice.
poetry and writing. Yeah, her first poetry book, Letters to Mahogany, is amazing and is one that I reviewed on my WordPress page. So,
Mhm. Which is located at?
oh, I don't remember.
Hashtag always promote your friends.
Right?
Uh,
Go to erincasey.org and you're going to find all my social media,
there you
including
go.
my TikTok. Yes, I got into the TikTok world. I don't know if I'm happy or sad about it.
well, we've been running we ran your video this morning. In fact, do I have it
Oh,
here? Yeah, I don't know if I have it here. I may have to see if let's see. I'm gonna try something here.
go for it.
We're gonna see if I destroy the space-time continuum doing this, but I know I've got it on. Never mind the furthermore. So you notice the color change, and
Yes.
yeah, we know about that. We'll see that at the end of the show. Enough of that. But anyway, here is Erin talking about, and she did this on TikTok. So
Mhm.
this turned out very well. So here's Erin talking about Imagine Other Worlds.
Hi, my name is Erin Casey, and I'm the director of the Writers' Rooms as well as Imagine Other Worlds with Authors, aka Iowa. Would you like to meet 15 brand new authors? How about participate in panels about writing, publishing, and marketing your book? Do you like free giveaways? Then join us for Imagine Other Worlds with Authors on November 6th and 7th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We will be meeting virtually at facebook.com/IA Other Worlds. If you'd like to learn more about our organization, you can find us at thewritersrooms.org/Iowa. We hope you'll join us.
There you go.
I
Yeah,
looked
you see,
way more put together in that video.
well, you dialed up a little for that one.
Tiny
Not
bit.
that you needed to, but anyway. But no, let me get this thing. So okay, we're back on our
There we
colors
go.
again. But but no, no. This is a great event. Now, are there plans next year to have this be virtual again, or are you going back to if all goes well, going back to a physical presence for the
I
convention?
Ideally, we would like to go back to in person again. Our plan is to we want to host it at the Cedar Rapids Public Library again, to support them and also our organization. The space worked really well the last time, or the first time we held it in person. But this year, we didn't know what the COVID numbers would do. We didn't know how things with the vaccines would go, and we had to decide early on what our plan was. And since the Cedar Rapids Public Library has been closed to meetings spaces, we couldn't really do it there. And we just wanted to keep our members safe because we do know there's people who aren't quite comfortable going out just yet. So hopefully we'll be able to do it in person next year. That's my hope.
That'd be nice. I'd love to show up. So
Yes, I would love to see you. It's been way too long.
I know. Well, think about it, at the time you were putting this together, we didn't even have a vaccine yet.
Well, exactly.
So
So, I mean, they didn't start rolling out until after we started collecting
right,
applications. So we were
right.
like, you know what? We're just going to do it virtually so we don't have to worry about messing up the space and everything. And
Mhm.
I know a lot of other conventions have pushed their in-person stuff to the next year or the year after. And we're like, we wanted to keep holding it. So this is a way for us to do that.
Mhm.
And that
Yeah.
way it's easier for people out of state to join too.
So, I'm all for that. And
Yes.
hopefully I'll get some of my other Midwest peeps to come in.
Yes, please.
Yeah, yeah. Seriously, it is a great atmosphere. Like I said, not just the physical one that I attended where we met, but also the virtual con. It was
Yeah.
actually one of my favorite virtual cons
Oh,
last
thank
year.
you.
Seriously, because it was well run, had a great variety of people, and packed with information. I mean, you
Mhm.
did a super job of collecting some ideas that I think we all need to be thinking about. And if you go and look at, um, he said subtly, moving the cursor to where it needs to be. Why, look right there. To it's a miracle. But anyway, yeah, yeah. But anyway, that's the way it only works. The only way is up and down on this thing. Otherwise, you think
Right?
of yourself as it being on Hollywood Squares. You know. So anyway, in my head, you're sitting to my left. But
Right?
anyway, yeah. So, but anyway, no. But please check it out because there are some very important topics um, that I think all writers need to be thinking about.
Yes.
And it isn't just traditional versus independent publishing, which you and I will discuss, and it will be
Mhm.
exciting and lively. Hint: the fix is in. We have a point of view about this.
Yes. Yes.
And one of us will be defending a system they don't quite believe in. Anyway, but no, no, I do. But the thing is, there are some other topics that I think will be of benefit to other authors and
Yes.
people in the literary world. You want to go over some of the topics?
Yeah, so we have a few that we'll be discussing. Brian mentioned one where we're going to be going uh pull up. There we go. So I say it right. The importance of equity and inclusion in books. So the importance of representation of many different people, different types of people. It's so important to have your writing be diverse because we are a very diverse world,
Hmm.
and that's not often reflected in a lot of literature. We're seeing it more and more these days, which is wonderful, but we can always stand to learn more and also learn how to do it properly.
Hmm.
And in the same vein, we'll be discussing LGBTQIA literature, good examples of it, bad examples of it, and how it can be interspersed into writing. Some of the other topics, so I guess you can say we have some that are a bit more PC driven, you
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
and helping authors write outside of their lanes
Hmm.
by being respectful and doing their research. That's like the biggest thing that we promote. Some of the other topics we'll be talking about is like writing strong women. You and I will be doing indie versus traditional publishing. The balancing a 9 to 5 while pursuing a writing career is a big one because a lot of authors can't be authors full time.
Hmm.
They have to work a 9 to 5 job to help support themselves. So, how do you write books while also working a day job or having families or, just trying to cook a meal at night and stay healthy?
Right. Oh, definitely.
So we'll have a few examples from that, a few people talking about that. And then another topic we're going to do is dealing with imposter syndrome. And I know you've done sessions about
Hmm.
imposter syndrome and dealing with that.
Yes.
It is a vicious beast.
It is, and it is, something that a lot of us, even those of us who've had some accomplishments, we still
Mhm.
wrestle with it. So, hopefully I can bring, at least my share of the panel. I'm hoping to bring a little bit of illumination because I've learned some things that help me cope with it.
Same.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm hoping to share that with your audience, and I'm really, and also I see that you've got Marketing 101 Creative Ways to Market a
Yes.
Book, which I'm on.
Which is that's so important. I mean, it's a lot of people think when they've written the book, they're done.
Right.
That's it. But
Mhm.
it's like, no, there's the editing process. There's trying to either going indie or trying to find a publisher. And in
Yeah.
both cases, whether you do indie or traditional publishing, you have to learn how to market yourself and your book. And I hear so many authors say, I hate marketing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's probably the least favorite part of my job. I don't hate it like I used to.
Mhm.
But it's not the first thing I think about when I wake up in the morning. It's not I haven't marketed today. No, it's I haven't gotten any words down on paper today. That's
Right.
where I get the shakes. So, and oh, here we go. And Sarah says, "Hey, I outweighed the unliker. Yay! Completely forgot this was on. We're
Hi,
glad you're here."
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah, and sharing various coping techniques is always a good thing. Yes, it is. And because I was on a panel at another show this year about mental health and the writing field, and
Yeah.
how few of us seem to have
Yeah. Oh,
it.
yeah. We're all crazy. We're all
Yeah,
crazy.
it's almost a requirement. It's in the job description. But and I put imposter syndrome as being part of that because it is an impediment to a lot of us who are striving to improve our lot in the literary field and in our own careers and all. But just causes all kinds of vicious second guessing, and we're
Oh,
hoping
yeah.
we can clear that up for some people this
Ev
weekend.
Even somebody who doesn't typically deal with, anxiety, depression, getting hit with imposter syndrome gives you a little taste of what that's like to deal with
Mhm.
anxiety and depression, I would say.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I have all 3, so
Uh
it's fun. It's fun. But no, mental health, that's actually probably a panel that we should do at some point. It's talking about mental health and writing because most of the authors, writers that I know personally, they have some kind of either anxiety, depression,
Mhm,
ADHD,
mhm,
just something that affects them mentally. And writing is a very, very, can be a very solitary thing.
mhm.
And that's, I guess you can say that's in part why I wanted to start the writers' rooms was because I grew up a very lonely writer.
Mhm.
My parents were supportive of my writing,
Good.
but I didn't have peers like me who I could bounce ideas off
Right.
of or talk
Right.
to. Most of the ones I ended up meeting were online, and
Mm.
one of them is now my co-author. But I hear people say that is that they don't have a community or they don't know where to start. So that's what we
Yeah.
try to do at the writers' room,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know?
And it's a great thing. Really, you've done some wondrous stuff there. And
Thank
Sarah
you.
says, "Hi, Erin, and as always, a big hello to the best hugger." I think she means me. Mwah,
Yep.
but you haven't lived till you've gotten one of this lady's hugs. I'm telling you, it's a.
You are an amazing hugger.
I thank you, thank you. I practice every opportunity I get.
Cookie's lucky.
Yeah, or my nickname Officer, that's the man. Anyway, so but no, it is very, and here we go. And oh yeah, Sarah, make sure the mental health professionals are free from being exposed to COVID. She had an experience today with seeing somebody who should have been a little more diligent about letting others know about that. And this is like her
Oh,
second time of the exposure. So hopefully, Sarah, we'll talk it out later. But hopefully you're doing well and you don't have to sequester yourself for 2 weeks
no
with any luck,
kidding.
hon.
Guys,
And
please all be careful. We're still in a pandemic. We have vaccines, but we're
yeah,
still in a pandemic. Please mask up and be safe.
exactly. Well, and but you talk about finding you know finding people to basically bond with
Mhm.
and to validate what you do, and you in turn validate them too. That's one of the things I really love about the writers' room, and the fact that you've split it up into different disciplines, different
Yes.
genres of thought. That you know, I think that's wonderful, and I just love the inclusivity of the group, and I think you've done
Thank
an
you.
amazing job. And if it weren't for some of these events in Iowa, I've never met this wonderful lady, Cindy Cap.
Hey,
Hello,
Cindy.
Cindy. CKOEPP.com. Hashtag always promote your friends, and check out her website. She's amazing. Also, her Patreon page. Good to see you, Cindy.
I always think of her as my fellow bird person because she's always she's posting thing about birds. I send her things about birds. It's fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and you've got some amazing birds in your household there.
Yes, they are currently in the office or their aviary right now because
Okay.
the last live event I did, one of them decided to take a dump on my head. I did not want that today.
Oh, good call, Erin. Good call. Yeah,
Yep.
I remember last time we were on Clever Tile Pending together, and one had perched on your right shoulder, turned his back to the camera, and the tail went up. And I'm like, oh dear God, no, please, oh God, no.
See, they know they're not supposed to do that on me, but for some reason they're like, I'm on camera. It's totally fine.
Yeah, everybody wants to see this,
Little
Yeah,
butt heads. No,
I
they're
know, emphasis on butt. But anyway, so yes,
yes.
I know one of your birds a lot more intimately than I think I should. But anyway, Sarah says, luckily vaccinated and wore a mask through the entire session. Where is everyone? They are missing out on the fun. But
I know, right?
yeah, but please share this video out because we want as many
Yes.
people attending the Imagine Other Worlds with Authors tomorrow and Sunday.
Sunday.
From 10 until when?
10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central.
Central.
Central
11
time.
to 6 for those of us on the wrong coast here. So no.
And there will be lots of giveaways too. The Cedar Rapids Public Library is doing a giveaway that has like books, drinks, pens, markers,
Wow.
all kinds of stuff. And then the writers' rooms were giving away mugs with our logo on it and notebooks and a big tote bag. So and the authors too are doing giveaways, myself included. So if you haven't read The Purple Door District or the second book, Wolf Pit, I will be doing giveaways for these books this weekend. So, and the way to be part of the giveaway is to participate. So, leave comments, ask questions. Every entry or every response, every interaction will get added into the raffle.
Yeah. And plus you can get your questions answered. And I think it's really important to get perspectives from different authors. I tell
Oh
people when
yeah.
I mentor, don't listen to just me.
Yes.
Because I'm not that I think I'm full of crap. I am, but anyway, but no, you should get another opinion because what may work for me may not work for someone else, and things
Exactly.
change, and they may have another solution to your creative problem. So this will be a grand opportunity, especially for those of you who are working on their stuff, Sarah, and are looking to up their game. This will be the place to do it.
Definitely.
In all this seriousness, I am so privileged to be a part of this, and I'm really looking forward to hanging out with you and these other amazing authors. So.
We're so happy to have you. I'm so glad that you've been able to be part of this.
Well, I got so much from the first in person event that we attended that my sense of gratitude goes deep. So. So anyway, glad to have everyone here that
Yes.
has participated so far. But you have things to do, and so anyway, thank you to everyone who has shown up here. And Sarah and Erin, we're going to give you the spotlight one more time. Talk about Imagine Other Worlds with Authors and how people can keep up with you personally.
Awesome. Thank you. So, if you want to keep up with me personally, with my book series, my urban fantasy book series, you can find me at erincasey.org. You can buy my books there, get them signed, and then get a feather in there, a feather stamp in there as well. And also learn about conventions and signings that I will be at, vaccinated and wearing a mask. um, have to do the plug.
Yeah.
Otherwise, please join us for Imagine Other Worlds with Authors, our virtual writing event, author event this weekend, November 6th and 7th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time. We'll be showcasing 15 authors in 20-minute segments, as well as hosting many panels and workshops that will help you with writing your book, publishing, and marketing your book, as well as learning how to be inclusive in your writing. We have plenty of amazing giveaways, both from the authors as well as from the organizers, the writers' rooms, and the Cedar Rapids Public Library. To participate for free, join us below at facebook.com/IA Other Worlds. If you have any questions about the event or about the writers' rooms, you can email us at welcome@thewritersrooms.org or find us at thewritersrooms.org. And we would love to have you. Please join us. Can't wait to see you all.
All right. Thank you very much, Erin. And thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're amazing. And please stick around as usual so I can say goodnight to you properly.
Yes.
So, anyway, thank you, Erin Casey. And please check out tomorrow the Imagine Other Worlds with Authors, and also Erin's own books available on Amazon and other wonderful places. And we've got a couple of things here. And Sarah, I remember waiting to see that happen. The poopage. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. And if you're full of crap, don't raise your tail feathers. That's good advice for us all. That's why I keep seated. And Cindy is giving us the bird. In fact, several of them right there. And yes, it is interesting. Sarah, please show up tomorrow at the event. And I think you might want to take some notes. I think you'll find some stuff really, really interesting there. And like I said, I will have a reading. And also I'll be on a couple of panels talking about imposter syndrome, and also I'll be on with Erin talking about independent self-publishing versus traditional publishing. It's going to be a great time. So please join us at Imagine Other Worlds with Authors the 6th and 7th, tomorrow and Sunday, and you'll be glad you did. I'm really sure of it. But anyway, something else I'm glad of is that Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics sponsored the show. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. If you put together books and you want to check out Plasma Fire Graphics, check out their Facebook page. Check them out at plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. Also want to thank the Rising Tide Broadcast Network for their support of this show and others. Don't forget that we are following this show with Drinking with the Davies, with Ted and Christine Davies. And following that will be the Historical Fencing Guild with Nicholas Anthony Toggart, who is always informative, fun, and amazing. Then tomorrow we've got From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher with Joe D. McPhee talking about comics and all kinds of cool stuff. You will love watching his show. It's great. Followed by Stupid O'Clock at 11 p.m. all times Eastern, and Comics Chaos and Sass on Sunday nights. But check out our Facebook page and give it a like so you can be kept abreast of all developments on that network. And we've got new shows coming in all the time, so please check them out. And then we want to thank our Patreon supporters who help keep this show on the air. If you want to see your name on this card, check out what we offer in return for your financial support at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And we've got shows like Comic Book Spectrum and Dr. John, the original gangster, former Don Bluth, animator, John Celestri, and comic book creator, is going to show you how he does what he does so amazingly well. So anyway, please join us tomorrow and Sunday for Imagine Other Worlds with Authors at, let me get that card up one more time, at facebook.com/IA Other Worlds. It's going to be a great event. And again, thank you to Erin Casey for graciously giving her time for this wonderful event and for Clever Tile Pending. And we'll be bringing more Clever Tile Pending episodes to you. They'll be coming back in the immediate future, and please stay tuned and check out my page, risingtide.pub, for more information. Please sign up for our Patreon page, And also sign up for the free monthly newsletter where we'll give you more information on when we're coming back with Clever Title Pending. Yes, I missed it. Anyway, please join us this weekend, and we look forward to seeing you at Imagine Other Worlds with Authors. So as always, I'm Brian K. Morris. This has been Clever Title Pending with Erin Casey. And as please, one and all, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you at Imagine Other Worlds with Authors.